The Byrds were at the cutting edge of the psychedelic rock movement back in the 1960s, transforming the music scene and setting trends for countless artists. Their mind-bending sound, blending jazz vibes with surreal, thought-provoking lyrics, often led listeners to misinterpret their intentions. This unique style not only defined a genre but also sparked conversations about the boundaries of music and art. Now, if we shift our focus to the Beatles, they weren't far behind. Around the same time, they dropped Tomorrow Never Knows, a track that boldly referenced LSD without any pushback from the industry. This stark contrast reveals a critical insight into how the music industry selectively responded to controversial themes, showcasing a sort of favoritism that still resonates in today's music landscape. Speaking of censorship, let's talk about the Rolling Stones and their song, Let's Spend the Night Together. During a live TV performance, they were actually pressured to change the lyrics. This incident really highlights the societal tensions that surrounded music in the 1960s, where themes that pushed the envelope often met with resistance, reflecting broader cultural anxieties. In contrast, Jim Morrison and The Doors took a stand that cost them dearly. They faced permanent bans for refusing to tone down their lyrics, showcasing a much bolder approach than the Rolling Stones. Their defiance is a powerful reminder that music can be a form of rebellion, pushing against the constraints of a conservative society. Then there was the Beatles' track, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which fell victim to censorship due to its rumored link to LSD. Despite John Lennon's claims that the song was innocent and not about drugs, the BBC banned it, reflecting how fear and misunderstanding often shaped the narrative around music during that era. But it didn't stop there. The Who's My Generation faced a ban too, and not because of drugs or explicit language. The lead singer's stutter was actually the reason behind the censorship, which is just plain ridiculous. This case illustrates how absurd the whole concept of censorship can be, especially when it silences genuine expression. Despite its censorship, My Generation emerged as an anthem for disillusioned youth, channeling their frustrations and symbolizing a rebellion against societal norms. The song resonated deeply with those feeling unheard, while the British establishment desperately tried to stifle their voices. Now, let's shift gears to Barry Maguire's Eve of Destruction. This powerful number was banned for its raw commentary on societal issues like the Vietnam War and political corruption. It laid bare the fears and frustrations of a generation grappling with tumultuous times, making it a poignant reflection of reality. Meanwhile, Nina Simone's Mississippi Goddamn ignited outrage with its fierce condemnation of racial injustice, perfectly capturing the urgency of the civil rights movement. Her boldness in addressing uncomfortable truths struck a nerve with authorities, exposing the tensions surrounding race relations in America. The tragic Birmingham church bombing that claimed the lives of 4 young girls was a catalyst for Simone's song. This horrific event underscored the violent reality of racial tensions and greatly influenced her artistic expression, pushing her to channel anger and sorrow into her music. Despite its significant message, Simone battled against radio stations that tried to ban her song for its unflinching portrayal of racism. Interestingly, rather than silencing the song, these attempts only amplified its presence and importance, demonstrating how censorship can backfire spectacularly. What's even more fascinating is the song's title, which serves as a broader condemnation of systemic racism that transcends Mississippi, symbolizing the wider struggle against all forms of racial injustice in America. It became a rallying cry for civil rights activists, echoing the struggles and aspirations for equality. Now, turning our attention to Dixie, a song written in the 1850s that eventually became the unofficial anthem for the Confederacy during the American Civil War. This historical context is crucial for understanding why this song remains so controversial and why it evokes such strong reactions even today. During the Civil Rights Movement, there was a significant push from activists to have Dixie banned, as many recognized it as a symbol of oppression and racial injustice. This popular outcry led to protests and the removal of the song from various public events, demonstrating the power of collective voices demanding change. Even political figures like U.S. presidents were not immune to the backlash surrounding Dixie. For example, President Nixon faced criticism after playing the song at an event with black leaders, which ignited outrage amid heightened racial tensions. This scenario perfectly showcases the complex interplay of music and politics in American history. Then we have the Kingsmen's hit Louie Louie, a track that became wildly popular despite the band not even knowing what the lyrics meant. This amusing twist illustrates just how misunderstandings can sometimes turn a simple song into a cultural phenomenon. The Beatles, too, faced serious backlash when John Lennon made a controversial statement comparing their popularity to Jesus. This incident set the stage for a series of controversies that would follow, highlighting how celebrity statements can spark immense public reaction. Finally, the Ballad of John and Yoko also faced censorship due to the use of the word Christ in a non-religious context. This impacted its radio play, further underscoring the ongoing struggle between artistic expression and deeply held religious sentiments, a conflict that continues to echo in today's music scene.